Hello, Flat Rock friends. I want to share with you today about how to find books in our library that are nonfiction books. We have all kinds of nonfiction books. We have books about animals, plants, how to build things, how to make things, traveling to outer space, the solar system, folk tales, fairy tales, almanacs, biographies, and so much more. So we have those classified in our library through the Dewey Decimal System. Now, I know that sounds complicated, but I'm going to show you today how easy it is when we talk about the first area of our library. So it's the Dewey Decimal System that we are talking about today. Now, as you come in our library, just to the left, we have our Lego wall. And from there, it starts with our bookshelves. And you notice I have some signs on there. I have signs all over the library. Those are telling you different kinds of books in the Dewey Decimal System. I'll explain it to you so it becomes really easy. Now, that's a closer view of those books. And you see that I have zeros, 100s, and 200s. Today, that's what we're going to talk about. The Dewey Decimal System actually runs through the 900s, but we're going to start with the zeros. The zeros, as you can see, all these different things on here tells you that we have books about computer science and information, general works, books about facts and knowledge, questions, and so much more. Now, the books about facts and knowledge, I know that you're specifically interested in because those are your almanacs. So let's look at some books like this in just a second. The 100s. These are books about philosophy and psychology. Psychology has to do with the brain, and philosophy is things that you think about. So your ghost stories and haunted mansions, that's going to be in this area. Books about being kind to others and helping others, that's also going to be in this area. And then the 200s, these are religion books. All the religions of the world, all of it is here. So I think you're going to find some books that you like here as well. So let's look at some extra things on it. We have this whole area in here that I'm going to talk about. Now, I know that the signs are over here and this whole area is here, but the zeros are actually only right here in this area. The 100s are right here and the 200s are right down here. So compared to the other parts of the library, this is not our largest area of books. There are more books than what's pictured here, though. Quite a few are checked out right now because it's constantly moving and changing. And so every week when you check this area, if this is books that you like, you're always going to find different stuff. All right, here's a little bit closer up view, and you can see that I even have a label here for the zeros to remind you that UFO books, Bigfoot, Yeti, and almanacs are all going to be in this area. And the Dewey Decimal System, I like this little alien guy as he works our way through all the areas of the Dewey Decimal System. It says, see the numbers on the spine? They are part of the Dewey Decimal Classification System, a code to help us find books. So I have a close-up picture of books. All the books in our library are the same. But look at these books. You see how there's a number on the spine? This is a number on the spine. That's our code for how to find the books. Now, these books all are in the 500s, which we're going to talk about another day. But it could be any code because they're always on the spine. So what we're looking at right now is the zeros. And the zeros are books about general things, big ideas, and the encyclopedias. So let's look at some examples of books in our library. Almanacs, encyclopedias, they're right here in the zeros. There's also cool topics like aliens here. So Bigfoot and Yeti, Stonehenge and the Bermuda Triangle, Bigfoot and Nessie, or Atlantis. If you want to read about these things and so much more, the zeros is the place for you. Alien abductions, alien encounters, or just facts and information like totally random questions or brain candy. All of these things are in the zeros. Remember, facts, information, aliens, the zeros is where you want to go. All right, Men in Black, vanished, and Bigfoot. Am I piquing your interest? Do you want to get some of these books? I sure hope so. The 100s. Now, 100s are similar, but these are books specifically about philosophy, things you think, and psychology, how you interact with other people. You can read about what it feels like to be human in the 100s. Let's look at some examples of the 100s. Facts, Opinions, and Robots. By the way, this is a new book this year, one of our award nominees. Gettysburg is haunted. Ghoulish ghosts and spooky haunted houses. All the ghost stories, all the haunted houses, any place that's haunted, continents, hospitals, homes, states, schools, whatever it is. The 100s is where you're going to find those haunted stories. Here's another one, haunted hospitals, ghost stories. And then switching a little bit, but still dealing with psychology and philosophy, things with the brain. Well, dealing with your sight, things that glimmer, glow, spark, and flash. And we have all kinds of books about how you treat others and interact with one another. Being respectful, good sportsmanship, being kind to each other. Really great stories on these things. So I hope you'll check out the 100s. And finally, we have the 200s, which is religion and mythology. So all the peoples of the world, they have a religion story, they have a mythology story. And this is where you're going to find out about those stories, including ones from America as well. So let me show you a few of the books we have over there. We have 5-minute Bible stories from the Bible. Miracle Man, the story of Jesus. We have the Jesus Storybook Bible. There are several Bibles over there if you're interested. And a book about creation in a much easier format to read than, say, a big, thick Bible. Moving right down. Here's some more. We've got some of those I just showed you. When God Made You, other religions around the world, and mythology of the Greeks and the Romans, the Egyptians, the American Indians. All the religions of the world can be found in this area, the 200s. Here's some more. Easter Love Letters from God. How Sweet the Sound, the story of Amazing Grace. That's a famous hymn. Well, you can read the hymn and the story behind it and Bible characters. Now, this almanac one, this is to test you. Which area was the almanac in? It was right above the 200s in the zeros. Remember our general books about facts and information. But you know the zeros, the 100s and 200s, they're right in there together. So if you go to that area and look around, you'll be able to find all kinds of books that you want to read in that area. So just as a reminder, the Dewey Decimal System. Everybody say that. Dewey Decimal System is the way we organize nonfiction books. Today we talked about 3 areas. The zeros, which were general books. The 100s, which were philosophy and psychology. And the 200s, which were religion and mythology. Next time, we'll continue on and talk about the 300s. I hope to see you then. Bye-bye.